Hey guys, so if you are somebody who lives with a stoma and you're either not doing any exercise at all, or you are exercising but you don't feel comfortable or confident in how to exercise, then this video is for you. I'm super excited to share. I've just put together a stoma and exercise starter guide, and that basically outlines the first step that I help my stoma clients with, which is how to activate the core correctly. Before I dive into that and give you a sneak peek, so if we haven't met before, my name is Hassan. I'm an exercise physiologist. I've been doing this for the last 10 years. You can see I'm located in my clinic at the moment here in Sydney. And over these last few years, I've been fortunate enough to work with a number of stoma patients or ostomates. And when I ask a room full of ostomates, do you guys do exercise? Very few hands will go up. And when I ask those who haven't put their hand up why they're not engaging in exercise, a lot of it tends to be fear-based. Too scared you don't want to cause a hernia, or we don't know what to do. We don't know when to do it. So there's the right way to engage your core and there's the wrong way to engage your core. And so I sort of explain this concept. It's what I refer to as abdominal hollowing as opposed to bracing. And then once we've established that element, and we go into the actual practical of how do you adopt the right way. I've sat down today and created a resource for anybody at home who who has a stoma and they want to start exercising and they don't know where to begin. Then I've created a very clear step-by-step starter guide, literally called the Stoma and Exercise Starter Guide. And it's available now. You can probably take the link in the description below, follow the prompts and whatnot, and download that. And it's available for you to get started. So I just wanted to show you what that looks like. So guys, here it is. I'm just going to go through it very quickly, explain to you what this guide is. And of course, as I said, you feel free to download it and go through it at your own pace. The Stoma and Exercise Starter Guide, the first step towards moving safely and confidently after stoma surgery. By the way, this would also apply before surgery. In fact, I always say the best time to start exercise is before your surgery. So I'm not going to go through all of this text. You guys can read this in your own time. Obviously, you can pause the video and just read it, or you can download the guide yourself. But here's what I want to point out. When we talk about core activation, guys, there's two main ways that we can think about core activation. There's the wrong way, which is the bracing. And this is the conventional wisdom. If you go to any personal trainer, you go to the gym and say, how do I engage my core muscles? This is the one you're going to learn. And here's the key word: intra-abdominal pressure, right? So this creates pressure in your abdominals, in your abdominal cavity, which is basically pushing outward, right? Now that obviously is a protective mechanism for your organs and for your back. But unfortunately, if you have a stoma, which is basically a hole in your abdominal cavity, then that's when you're at risk of having hernias, right? So that's the method we don't recommend. The opposite of that is what I do recommend. And this is essentially the first step to learning how to basically move more confidently, and that is hollowing. And what that is gently pulling your stomach inward. So it's the opposite of creating that outward pressure. It's actually pulling your stomach muscles inward, engages them, and it's far safer for somebody who has a stoma. And the rest of this guide is basically a step-by-step method on how to achieve abdominal hollowing. We start with step one, which is just learning how to breathe correctly, lying down. Then we talk about how to hollow. And I have this very simple step-by-step guide there. And then then we talk about how to re-engage breath whilst engaging your core muscles, because that can obviously, people, when they hold their core muscles, they also hold their breath. And so relearning that. And then once you've learned how to hollow lying down, it's about how do you do it in other positions, such as standing up and sitting down on a chair. And then throughout life, you can use this mechanism of core activation, but the right way to activate your core. Essentially, that's what that is. And so essentially, that's pretty much the guide. I just wanted to give you a sneak peek of what's inside. And lastly, and most importantly, perhaps, is if this is of interest to you or somebody in your life who you might know, then please send them this. I would love for them to join the waitlist for further, materials such as this. And I'll be very honest. So the reason I say that is because I would love to create more resources on this, but I don't know if that's helpful. And if you're out there looking for this type of stuff, then get in touch and join the waitlist. And through that process, you will be able to add instructions or add suggestions. And I'll try to incorporate that in the full handbook. Okay. So that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching this video. And until next time, stay safe and keep moving.